In this episode, we explore an outback station, get to camp in the daytime, walk to an island, Torps cooks us some fish and shows us a very simple technique, and prepare for a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. G'day guys, we are at Giralia Station, or Giralia Station is pronounced, like a giraffe. We have heard that this is the most unpopulated spot when it comes to camping up in Coral Bay. So Exmouth isn't far from here, Coral Bay is only 60 k's from here. This is one of the only places where they don't jam pack everyone in and you can have your own private camp. There's plenty of things to do here as well. There's an island we can walk to, there's a secret sort of track or an old track we're going to retrace that we got special permission for, so all that stuff is coming up. Along for the ride, we got Torbs in his own cruiser as usual.
We're finally here, Giralia Bay. And going by the sign, it looks like there's good fishing here. Sweet.
And also my passenger, Jared, my brother-in-law. I think we're going to get to the beach. It is stinking hot. But before we can head down to the beach, we got to go see Denver, the owner of the station, and get an allocated campsite just for ourselves.
How's things? Good? Yeah.
Meet Denver Blake. Denver's family have been involved with Giralia Station since the 1950s. Denver's father bought the property in 1972. Currently, Giralia Station is destocked and is run by Denver and his wife, Jennifer, as an eco-tourism venture.
One of the things we've come up is with wilderness camping out on our waterfront, which is, we have approximately 26 campsites. With those campsites, they're a distance apart and you can have up to, some situations, up to 10 people on them. And it's all about families getting together where they're not encroaching in each other's space. And we don't want it to get like the masses of people. So first in, first served, and people can enjoy their privacy. The unique about Giralia is that the property actually has 70 kilometres of coastline and it has a very different country type. And we've got a variety of things. You can go and explore the coast, you can go fishing, you can go to the little islands, Robert and Dooley Island if you like boating. And at the homestead we offer accommodation for small fishing parties, just a campfire at night, and it's a very quiet little atmosphere that we have. And also we have a bed and breakfast accommodation as well.
We stayed at the homestead for a couple of days ourselves, and it turns out they've got a movie theatre inside the shearing shed, which is pretty cool. Anyway, time to get our allocated spot to the beach and head towards the coast. We got 30 k's to go. So we're on our way down to the beach now. We'll check out a few sites on the way down, but we can just to get down there and then just chill because it's been a very hot day, been a long drive from Perth. And then we have the big surprise, which is going to happen tomorrow, and that is heading out to a place called Centipede Hill. Now apparently no one's driven out there for somewhere between, in a vehicle, a full drive vehicle, between 20 to 50 years. Denver's still going to confirm how long that might be, but even if it's 20 years, that's a long time ago. Now Denver, last time he was out there was about 10 years ago with all his kids, and that was on quad bikes and two-wheel motorbikes, and they couldn't make it to the top of the hill. So it'd be interesting to see if we can get our Land Cruiser on top of that hill. That would be pretty cool. Alright, gates all shut, eh?
Yep.
On our way to Giralia Bay Beach, we're just checking out the salt flats. Now, on a king tide, this will fill up with water. Great opportunity to walk out there and just experience the vastness. It's like being on a different planet. You're going to get some cool photos as well. Now, if you're taking photos of your vehicle, I strongly advise not driving on it, because if you get stuck on this stuff, you are going to be really stuck. Someone tell Barry, this is living. This is living. Yeah, getting to camp in the daylight, it's actually not too bad.
What are you doing?
Just having one beer.
One beer?
Yeah.
That thing's like a keg. You said you were getting the fish.
Yeah. Alright. So, here's another story for you. The guys from the Western Angler magazine, we caught up with them while we're up here, and they caught these mackerel, from the Mackerel Islands, funny enough. So we've got a couple of fillets here. Hey Torps, how many do you want?
We'll just grab one bag, please.
One bag, okay. Now, cryovacuuming your food, not only is it super important when you're fishing, because fish is one of the fastest foods to go off along with chicken, but just cryovacuuming in general just keeps your meat going for so much longer without having to freeze it. So I think they caught this last week and we defrosted it just yesterday, so here we go.
Oh, you finally turned up.
Yeah, one Mackie.
I'm going to gamble and taking the skin off for this style of dish. Whoever filleted this did a really good job, and you can see they bled it properly. Prepped all the fish. It's now in the mix. Because I got a dirty hand, just do it one-handed. Shake it all up. Get the flour, salt, pepper all over that fish. All I do is just give it a little shake off. And you can see that is a good temperature, that it doesn't cook the fish too fast, because otherwise you're eating a piece of rubber. Well, no one's going hungry tonight, that's for sure. And in my opinion, this would probably be one of the easiest ways to cook fish that taste really nice with minimal ingredients. Yes, you can just chuck a fillet straight on the frying pan, but for me personally, this tastes a lot better. So this is the first piece I chucked in, and that is perfect. That is exactly how you want it to look.
So here's a cool fact. All these sticks sticking up out of the ground here, these are the actual roots from the mangroves. And for those wondering, these are to suck in oxygen. And yes, trees do suck in CO2 through the leaves, but through the roots, they all suck in oxygen. So that's a little fun fact for you there, right there. And we're just across the island, so Denver set us up at Harry's camp. There are 26 camps here, so you have to book ahead. But this is perfect because we've been to Exmouth, we've been to Coral Bay. It is packed full of people, so many caravans, so many people. But here, you actually feel remote. There's only 26 camps. We got Harry's camp, like I just mentioned. We're down closest to the mangroves, so we're closest to the actual sandflies, but we haven't seen one sandfly so far, so it's been good. We're across the island, the tide's going out. If it goes out enough, Denver's told us that we can actually walk to that island. So it'll be pretty cool.
Now this would have to be the best view you could get from a kitchen window. My job sucks sometimes. Put it on a bit of paper towel for a minute or two to get that excess oil out. Because too much oil is not good for you, first of all, and it just ruins the flavour. Well, just to make sure I don't kill anybody, chef gets to eat first. All these other rules out there, nah. Don't count around here. So, you ready to taste test?
Yeah. Oh, big piece.
What does it look like inside?
Flaky, white, fleshy, juicy, not fishy. This is good.
Jared, get in here.
Thank you.
You can bang a bit of the extra salt off if you want.
No, that's good, thank you. Perfection. Not bad, eh?
I've done it before. I'll have that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want the one that's empty. You just crashed my party. What an absolute stunning morning. We've been running around taking photos. It's wicked. We're going to head to that island pretty soon, but before that, while the tide is still going out, we're going to make a breakfast damper. And then maybe we can get this fella out of his swag.
Morning. God, you boys are noisy.
Chili brie. Chili, the unicorn variety. If you want to see the full recipe, you got to head over to my second channel. But this is probably one of the best dampers that I've ever made for breakfast. Oh yes. Have a go at that. Jalapenos, also known as jalapenos. Chili brie. Flour, self-raising variety of that. And some pale ale. It's good. And with the power of editing, we have packed up pretty much. One important message though. That's where we had the fire. Now, what they require you to do on Giralia Station is to pick up all your ashes, put it down to the low tide, so the low tide takes it out to the ocean. And that's why it's very important not to throw glass, cans or rubbish into the fire. Even if it's cardboard or whatever it might be, because it may not be completely burnt up, it's going to end up out in the ocean. So we've sorted out our fire, we're now going to hit the island.
Come on, let's go fishing.
Yeah, lucky you, my reel doesn't work.
That means I got a better chance.
Whoa, look at all the hermit crabs. I found a nice shady spot to relax in while Jared and Torbs are off exploring, probably fishing the other side. Just keep an eye on that tide as well because it is coming in. And it won't take long before it become 8 foot deep out there. And of course, by the time I gathered the boys up, we had to take a different way back.
Oh, it's coming in quick.
Looks like we overstayed our time a little bit. Where we came in, we cannot get across now without swimming.
Tiger shark.
And all that there was flat just 5 minutes ago. It's just being covered right now. Well, that was the end of our visit to the beach at Giralia Bay. We are now heading inland to do the biggest mission of all, finding Centipede Hill. That's coming up next. This is going to be one hell of a task, as the track has not been driven for over 20 years.